Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave, the brave.
All right, good morning, Calhoun High School. We are joined here with Dr. Scott Marcus. Dr. Marcus is one of our only veterans that we have here at the high school, and I think we even found out maybe in Calhoun City Schools. We are going to ask you today just a couple quick questions about being one of our few veterans. Well, first of all, can you tell us how long you've been teaching here at Calhoun High School?
I think this is year 25 at Calhoun High School.
Wow, that's a good chunk
Quarter
of
of
the
a
career.
century.
That's crazy to think about.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you being a teacher here and making a good impact on our kids. As far as your military background, what branch did you serve in, and how long were you a part of that?
I was Army and Army National Guard, and through the National Guard, I was in 11 years. And most of that, well, about half and half, about half enlisted and half as an officer.
Okay. Did you enjoy your time while you were in the military? Was that something that you enjoyed? Was that fun?
There were some things that were enjoyable. Of course, a lot of times where I wondered why I did that. But, you know, a lot of times where I was too hot or too cold or,
Right.
or a little hungry or whatever. But it was, I don't regret any of it.
Well,
I'm glad that I had the experience, and I think I benefited from it.
Well, that's great. Just like anything else, I would assume that's something that you had your highs, you had your lows, and it probably made you a better teacher, better husband, better father as life kind of unraveled for you. We have 1,200 students who are watching right now, who are walking our hallways. Some of them probably are thinking, maybe joining a branch of the military may be a good route for them after high school. If that were the case to any of you watching out there, is there any advice that you could give to any of our students if they were kind of debating taking that path?
And I've told a lot of students this over the years. I made a mistake. I didn't really know what I was, how to prepare myself for the future. I've shot every gun, every military gun you can imagine, shot tanks, drove tanks, Humvees, all kinds of vehicles. Learned how to dig fighting positions and set up defensive positions of all sorts. But the thing that I didn't do is I didn't get anything to put on my resume. Like I've talked to other people and they learned how to do fiber optics or telecommunications. They learned how to do things that would apply outside of the military. And I didn't think about that. Nobody ever told me that. And so if I had it do over again, I would try to learn something, maybe learn how to weld, something that I could apply outside of the military.
Okay. Well, that's some good advice, because we've obviously got a lot of kids who are currently working in various places around the community. So building a good, strong resume is an essential skill that we're trying to teach our kids. So
Absolutely.
that's good. So guys, anybody out there who's thinking, Dr. Marcus, you can go check his room out. What's your
I'm
room number?
here, BU07.
BU07. Go check that out.
Yeah.
And got one more question for you. Do you have any funny stories of your time?
One that comes to mind, when I was an enlisted guy, I was low ranking, and I had a new tank commander, and he knew everything, but he really didn't know anything. He had no experience on the tanks, and I'd driven a tank for a couple of years, and so we were at some Fort Stewart, I think, and he said, take a left and go through the woods, and everybody else was following us because he had the lead tank, and I drove for him. And I said, and so I did, and we had to clear out our own path, knocking down trees with the tanks. And we started getting in a little swampy area, and I said, sir, we need to stop and get out of here. We're in a swampy area. We're going to break through. And he cussed me and told me, just follow orders and you do what you're told.
Right.
So we went a little bit further, and it started getting worse. And I said, sir, we're going to break through. We need to back out of here. And he said, he cussed me and said, you just need to shut up and follow orders. And right after that, our tank fell through the surface, and we were just on the bottom of the tank, and we had 65 tons of tank, and the treads were just spinning.
Oh man!
And he yelled on the communications. He said, "Get out of here! Get out of here!" And they said, "Oh, we're stuck, sir." Everybody was radioing in. "Oh, we're stuck, sir." And so we missed everything that we were supposed to do. We missed the battle we were supposed to be in.
Oh man!
And anyway, when he jumped off of the tank, he was mad. And he jumped off and hung his foot on a root and turned to flip and landed in the mud. And I watched him, so I had to jump on the other side of the tank to keep from laughing at him. But it was so funny because he wouldn't listen. Even though I was lower ranked, I still knew a little bit, and he should have listened. But anyway, it was really funny.
Oh man! I bet you have a lot more stories you could tell us. Well, hey, we appreciate your time. Want to thank you for coming in. Thank you again for your service, and thank you again for your service here at Calhoun High School. Been a good time to talk to you.
Hey, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
All right.
On behalf of Calhoun High School, I would like to take this opportunity to thank any past and current veterans for their service and dedication to our country. We are especially thankful for those veterans near and dear to the hearts of CHS staff and students.
Good morning, y'all. It's Friday, November 11th, and it's a gold day. I'm Nick.
And I'm Caroline.
And I'm Cesar Perez.
And we are your hosts of the WCHS Morning Announcements.
If you have any excused absences, tardies, and early checkouts during the second 9 weeks, you'll get a ticket. Wait, if you have none of those, you'll get a ticket on January 13th to make a purchase at Travelin' Tom's Coffee Truck during your lunch.
Applications for second semester work-based learning are now available through November 30th. If you are currently participating in work-based learning, you do not have to complete another application. If you are not currently participating in work-based learning and are interested, please complete the application on the CHS website under the student tab. You will also need 2 teacher recommendations. That's 2 teacher recommendations.
Yeah.
That form is found on the CHS website. Also, interviews with Ms. Fuquay will be scheduled.
Miss Fuqua.
Okay. Interviews with her will be scheduled in early December for new work-based learning applicants. If you have any questions, please let Ms.
Fuqua
know. Congratulations to Jacob Black for finishing second at AGC Northwest Georgia Skills Challenge in Carpentry yesterday. Skills USA will be hosting a blanket drive for the month of November and December. 1 new blanket is 1 hour of community service. Blankets will be donated to VAC, the Gordon County Child Advocacy Center in the Gordon County Sheriff's Department. If you would like to donate blankets or learn more, please visit Ms. Hua in room AL73.
No, keep going.
Or Ms. Huey in room AL78. Okay. Any FCCOA members that ordered a T-shirt needs to come and get theirs now. All homerooms should bring all canned food items to the breezeway between the middle school and the high school and should count them before sending. 10 items is equivalent to 1 hour of community service, and it is up to 10 hours.
Bring in your cans.
And now for the CHS weather. High of 67, a low 49, and a 100% 100% chance of rain.
It
It's
was,
not
it was
good.
raining today already,
yeah.
so.
Do
Sports.
you have anything for sports?
Oh yeah, I do. Saturday playoff game between Eastside and Calhoun. It's gonna be an epic. It's gonna be an epic game. Hoping that Jackets win and we get that dub for round one.
I'm sure the pineapple's
Oh
going to
no,
be there.
yeah, 16 pineapples.
Okay.
Don't worry.
16. Okay, make sure. I'll make sure to
Juicy.
count.
Good stuff. Good
Okay.
stuff. Go Eagles.
Today in history.
At the 11th hour on the 11th day of the 11th month of 1918, the Great War, also known as World War I, ends. Birthdays.
Birthdays. You got the birthdays.
I
don't
do
worry.
got the birthdays. I'll start off with my good friend Scarlett Gordon, Christiane Gregory, Javon Wallace, and Carlos Skylar Cameron Chalk.
Oh, yeah,
Yep.
full name.
Good stuff.
Yep. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Have a fabulous Friday,
and as always, go
Jackets.
Jackets.